There are two really great ways to get your hands on a decent amount of Chaos Armor in Diablo 4 Season 10. Chaos Armor has been an extremely hot topic since the launch of Season 10 because people actually thoroughly enjoy it, which for Diablo 4, it's very few and far between when someone actually enjoys something that was added to the new season. Regardless of that fact, I'm going to show you two of the absolute best ways currently to get your hands on a plethora of Chaos Armor so that you can get the uniques you need to complete your build. The first way is relatively easy and one of the most common. Now, this is personally not my favorite way, but it is a great way to get your hands on the Chaos Armor. Infernal Hordes got a bit of an update for Season 10, where we now have an encounter with Bartuk at the end as long as we acquire 666 Aether. To actually open the chest at the end, you also need 400 of the Aether, meaning that in order to get the Bartuk encounter and be able to open the chest after the encounter, to maximize the amount of Chaos Armor that you have the opportunity to get. It is entirely possible to get 3 to 4 pieces per one Infernal Horde run as long as you kill Bartuk and open the chest at the end. The issue is that getting to 666 Aether is pretty difficult, at least if you're just starting out and trying to collect your BIS or best in slot pieces. If you don't have a class that can speed run this and get massive amounts of Aether throughout the run, you're going to not only struggle to even get to Bartuk in general, but you're definitely going to struggle to get the extra 400 that you need to open the chest at the end as well. 90% of the time, the easiest way is to do the 8 or 10 wave Infernal Hordes, and those take a decent chunk of time, honestly. So while this is a great way to get your hands on the Chaos Armor, there is a better way that I enjoy a little bit more. Not only because it's not consistent wave farming and I don't have to worry about collecting a certain amount of Aether, but because I actually enjoy this new mechanic that came with the season. The second and my absolute favorite way to get the Chaos Armor is by completing the season journey and seasonal quest line in order to unlock these caches. These greater infernal caches can be found at the Vizjektar Veneration board located in Yelesna. This is where you would have done the entirety of the quest line. You would have come back and forth to this to collect all of the different rewards from the season. Once you have reached the end, you get an unlimited supply of these greater infernal caches. You have to earn 110,000 of the Vizjektar Veneration in order to get one cache. But if you are able to do Helltides consistently to close those rifts, you get a massive amount on T3 and T4 for doing the different rift events that are inside of the Helltides. I'm talking somewhere between like 40 to 60k per Helltide if you're decently built on a character, if not more. If you have a character like I do, a Ravens build druid, I'm easily scoring 100,000 per run of Helltide. Again, that does depend on competition, which is why I'm going to discuss another way to actually close those rifts without having to worry fully about competition and them closing the rifts before you can get there. Before I get into those methods, like I said, this farm just to get these greater infernal caches is extremely lucrative, but there's another piece of the pie that you're going to need to ensure that you always get a piece of Chaos Armor inside of these caches. One of this season's seasonal blessings is the Urn of Chaos Armor. You only need 4 of the Smoldering Ashes to be able to put all 4 points to make a 100% drop chance for Chaos Armor inside of the greater infernal caches that you get to open after getting your hands on the 110,000 reputation needed to get the cache. You need both of these pieces of the puzzle, so 110,000 of the Veneration, and then you also need to ensure that you have 4 Smoldering Ashes inside of this season blessing, the Urn of Chaos Armor, to guarantee a piece of Chaos Armor inside of the Infernal Cache. This is my favorite way to get Chaos Armor. To me, it takes less time than spamming Infernal Hordes. Some people might not agree with me, but on top of that, you get other things as well inside of these greater Infernal Caches. It was a lot easier for me to get the amount of Veneration needed to get one of these caches than it was to kill Bartuk and hope that he dropped a piece of Chaos Armor that I actually wanted or needed. And again, you're not just getting the Chaos Armor inside of these caches. There are a lot of other things in there as well. Now, if you do want to do the Infernal Hordes, they still are a great way to get the Chaos Armor. 100% definitively an amazing way to get your hands on the Chaos Armor. So it's really up to you and personal preference as to what you would like to do. This is just my absolute personal favorite way to get these and great pieces of Chaos Armor that I have been trying to get my hands on for my build. Now, let me tell you the other way to actually get Veneration without having to do the rifts inside of Helltides and have competition with you. There are 2 things you can do, actually. If you don't mind turning off crossplay, there will be less competition immediately in Helltides because a lot of people do play on console. So that immediately takes away about 50% of the competition, realistically. Entire platform that now no longer has access to the same Helltide as you, immediately lowering the amount of competition in that area. The second way, of course, is if you don't want to do Helltides and you don't want to even remotely deal with the competition competition that could be there. You can use these Nightmare Dungeon sigils that have the Chaos Rift affix on them. That is also 100% an option, and this is my favorite way to actually get my hands on the Veneration, to be quite honest with you. I don't mind the competition in Helltides, especially with the turned off, because I don't have much competition, but I have so many of these that I don't think I could ever use all of them without getting another one in the process. I have stockpiled them on purpose in order to farm the Veneration. One, because I wanted to get all of the caches and Resplendent Sparks on another character, but also because I wanted to be able to get as much Chaos Armor as possible and get several of these Infernal caches, and this has been the best way to do so. So long story short, the best way to do it and get your hands on the Chaos Armor, in my personal opinion, is going to be by opening these Greater Infernal caches after earning 110,000 of the seasonal reputation. You can choose whichever method makes you happy in order to earn the Veneration and get your hands on the caches, or you can choose to run Helltides over and over and kill Bartuk to get your hands on the Chaos Armor as well. It's completely up to you and up to personal preference, but again, this is just my favorite method. What's your favorite way of acquiring Chaos Armor in Season 10? Is there anything you do in particular that isn't what I shared in this video? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like the video, then like the video. And if you like my content in general, then please subscribe to my channel, because it means the absolute world to me. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!